plan, this divine faith. They spoke to Christ and all this stuff. Well, Peter, of course, St. Peter. And I guarantee you, if you met these guys, they'd be as real as anybody. They have their faults just like we do, right? They struggle just like we do. Well, St. Peter basically reveals to Christ who he is. You are the Son of the living God. Peter, fisherman, right? And he says what? He says, who revealed that to you? The Father did. Godly thought. But then the next moment, he's saying, don't go to Jerusalem. Don't do this. Don't do that. You're going to die. Stay here. Get behind me, Satan. Wow, in a moment. St. Peter. You see? You see how tricky it can be? You see why you have to practice discernment? Boy. So, here's the roadmap. Which kind of thoughts can we have? So, from Father Iskender, he categorized them in three ways. So we have just, nebulous thoughts. I got to do the laundry, I got to do this, I got to wear this, I want to do this. And then we, of course, got this. All right? So when you're making decisions, look at this list and think about this. Like, thoughts of anger, revenge, condemnation. This is where watchfulness and discernment really play a role. And I'll give you a personal example. So, I work with this person who is can be very nice, but there are times she can be really mean. Just like all of a sudden. And you know these people you have to walk in eggshells around because they're very volatile. They can, he's like, it's okay, sorry, no. So she, of course, sent me an email that was kind of snippy. And boy, I was ready to strike back. Oh, it was so hard. And I actually started the email. And I wrote it out. Ready to hit the send button. I really wanted to do it. Oh, God, it was hard. And as I'm, of course, and I struggle too. I have thoughts and all this stuff. And so I'm just trying to pay attention to myself and what's happening. And I walked away. And I came back again. And, of course, I'm talking to Sherry about it. She says, don't do it. Don't do it. And we talk about consequences. Boy, would there be consequences. Because, boy, you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword eventually. So I didn't do it, but it was tough. But my point is that I tried to pay attention to what was happening on the inside of me, like revenge, anger, condemnation, right? These things. Is there an urgency to do something? It might be from the devil. So from God, of course, maybe these are obvious, but and again, they could apply to different decision-making episodes in your life. But basically, goodness towards everyone. The stirrings of the Holy Spirit come to the soul gradually, gently, and not impulsively. Elijah, there's a story where Elijah and God didn't come in the wind, he didn't come in the fire, he came in the subtle, gentle breeze. So, when you're talking about God's will and all this stuff, you're looking for God to give an answer, and we're not going to get into God's will because I know it's a huge subject. We'll wait for the fourth talk. But it may not come as this great gangbuster, bells and whistles, oh wow, I got a big huge sign from God to do it, I know where I'm going, right? It's very gentle, very subtle. Don't see with your human eyes. See with spiritual eyes. We think as man thinks, we don't think as God thinks. We put God into a box and we define him in a certain particular way because this is my experience and this is how I know life. This is I know. God is much greater than this. He's much more, So, and then all of these guys. So, again, pay attention. Think about what you're doing. If you have thoughts like this, you can be assured it's from God. Right? If you have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, wisdom descends not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, easy to be entreated. But guess what? And this is, I think, the end of my talk. I know life can be hard and this and that. And someone said yesterday, does God have a plan for me? We have all these decisions, right? And I found the quote. Yes, he does. Right? Jeremiah 29. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future. Wow. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you, and you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart, and I will be found by you, declares the Lord. So, boy, you know, you're worrying about this, or worrying about that. Boy, look at the big picture, the big goal. Actually, I got a little music here.